Moss, business systems and implementation strategist, aka the strategy lady, over at Let's Talk Strategies, home of the SaaS Factor. Just jumping in here very quickly, as promised, on a day to day base. My goal is to come to you all live for the complete 31 days of this awesome Women's History Month. And our series that I just so enjoy talking about deals with what? Empowering women together. And for today's topic, I thought it would be a good topic to discuss, would be more so about opportunities to level up your progress. So, our topic title is Level Up Your Progress, the magic of regular review meetings to achieve your goals. See, it's my real true belief that in order for you to know where your business is, you got to review them. And in my opinion, I believe that you should look at them at least quarterly. Some people may think it's a bit much, but in my opinion, I think that that is the best way that you can kind of keep yourself on point of knowing what's going on and the direction that things are going on. So when we think about progress review or progress review meetings, we need to think and understand the essentials of them, how they help you stay on track with that one key thing or many things, and it's your goals. If you don't have that day to day thing listed out, or that annual thing, or that quarterly thing listed out, how can you really truly know where your business is? If you're not doing it, it's really truly time to take some time to reflect on things that you need to do. Things like what it is that you really want to accomplish. What have you accomplished in business? What still needs to be done? And think about the obstacles and the challenges that you've encountered along the way. If you don't look at these things, in my opinion, I think you're going to run into a brick wall. And these are why these things are extremely important. Without meetings, it's easy for you to lose focus. And that's one bad thing as a business owner, the loss of focus. And most importantly, it's much more easy for you to do what? Drift away and not pay attention to certain areas in your business. So when you're drifting away from those objectives, you're just kind of throwing mud at the wall, expecting for things to stick and not quite knowing which direction you're gonna go in. So now let's kind of talk about this awesome month and bring it all into perspective. As the Women's History Month, I think about um, there was one particular lady that I did some research on, and her name is Marie Curie. She was the first woman to receive the Nobel Prize um, award, and the only person to receive it in two different sciences. Now, that's a big achievement, but Curie was an incredible, dedicated, hard worker. You know, you got to put some skin in the game, and that's that hard, dedicated time. Not only was she a dedicated, hard worker, working scientist who was known for her persistence, we got to stay persistent, and perseverance in facing obstacles, because as business owners, you're going to come up against obstacles, right? We all come up against them. We may not want to, but it's just a reality in life. Something as simple as your technology crashing can take some of us off, and we just lose it. Something as simple as the recording, not, when you press record, you didn't hear anything. You stay persistent and you just have the right type of perspective, understanding that life happens. Well, that's how she was. In fact, Marie Curie used progress review meetings in her work as a scientist, and she held weekly meetings with not just her staff, but with her husband Perry to discuss their research. They evaluate the progress. You gotta evaluate the progress in your own business so you'll know where you're going. Now, these meetings allow them to do what? And I always talk about identifying things, but that's what it does. It allows them to identify areas of improvement in their business, things that they need to adjust, different methods that they may have to look at, and they have to, see if they're working accordingly. It's just like putting an SOP in place. You got to test it. You got to test everything out, your workflows. You got to test these things out to see if they really, really, truly fit in your business, in your business model. So, in my opinion, as we think back and we look at progress review meetings, if you're not having them, I encourage you to get them in place. If you don't have a team, if you don't have a staff to do it, do the progress review it for yourself. Some of us are solopreneurs, right? And it's okay. But this is where we get into writing the vision and making it plain. This is where we get into writing things out so you can see it, getting it out your head, down on paper. So now you have a clear view of what it is you're doing. And if you don't quite know where to start, it's okay whether you are a seasoned business owner or entrepreneur or a newbie. Brainstorm. Look at those key elements. Think about new ideas. Think about strategies that will help you reach your goals more effectively and efficiently. But if you don't schedule those progress review meetings, how are you going to be able to catch those areas in your business or in your life that you may be running into trouble with? And then now you're running into that brick wall because you didn't take the time to do it. So it's important for you to do what? Establish this regularly, in my opinion. And when I say regularly, again, as I said, I believe quarterly is the best way to go with it. Now, some people do it on a weekly basis, some people do it on a bi-weekly basis. It's really the type of business that you have, right? I mean, I don't deal with numbers outside of looking at the numbers for my business, but if you are an accountant or a CPA, you're looking at numbers all the time. You're looking at reviewing people's stuff all the time. So you're not a quarterly person necessarily. You may be, depending on how you have people signed up, but you're looking at things regularly. You're meeting with people regularly. If you're a CEO or you're a CFO, oh, you're talking numbers, you're looking at your books, you're looking at a lot of stuff regularly because you're looking at how to best know that the business is on path. And that's what Curry did. She was successful for her work because she looked and she had meetings regularly with her staff. Now, again, if you're by yourself, then maybe you could think about doing that quarterly. But when you have staff members, you meet more than what an average solopreneur would do. So consider putting that on your schedule. Remember to put the progress review meeting on your calendar. I believe you'll thank me later. As you put it on your calendar, you begin to map things out. You begin to see what's working and what's not working. It'll allow you to get in front of things and not necessarily always run into that brick wall because you didn't have a sense of structure or a sense of order and you didn't have the checkup for the neck up. This is Danette Moss, Business Systems and Implementation Strategist, aka the strategy lady over at Let's Talk Strategies, home of the SaaS Factor, where I work with those overwhelmed women in business, preferably mompreneurs, but I don't leave my women out that are not mompreneurs. I work with you to go from overwhelmed to simplifying, automating, systematizing, and streamlining your business. In a nutshell, I help you put that business on rinse and repeat instead of stop and start. So if you are one that's struggling with that, go on over to my bio, no matter which platform you're on, and go ahead and get on my calendar. Let's go ahead and schedule a discovery session so that we can see how we can help you do just that. Get that business on rinse and repeat. I'm always excited to help you get your SaaS on your business. This is Danette Moss, Business Systems and Implementation Strategist. See you guys on tomorrow for another segment of Empowering Women Together. Take care.